Has my wife seen that piece?
Tell us.
You know, I'll tell you. She has not, believe me. So, you know, it's funny. I got a text last night from Chris Christie saying, hey, really great piece in Politico. And I texted him back and said I hadn't read it. I really kind of scanned it. You know, as one of the staff people said to me, nobody likes to read about themselves. So how was it, Joe? Was it good to get your blood pumping a little bit? What did Joe think? What did Howlett think, your senior advisor? Did you see it, Joe?
Yeah, I especially like the part about proving yourself this.
We're also wondering how Illinois is a neighbor of Ohio.
How, what's that?
How Illinois was a neighbor of Ohio. I think they speak.
Yeah. You know, listen, this job, I just told a group yesterday when we were signing a bill, and I know some of you probably just think that's, well, it doesn't matter what you think, I'm going to say it anyway. Sometimes I look at the name on the door inside that Lincoln room. And I remember being an intern, one of 3 staff people in the Ohio Senate. This was even BK, before Keene. And I can remember Jim Rhodes walking in and me yelling at him, and I just had a great meeting last Friday with Dick Celeste. I had a wonderful meeting with Dick, who you know, he was sort of the first governor that I kind of knew, and almost a peer-to-peer. I knew Rhodes, of course, because he was governor when I was first elected. You know, Dick was more my contemporary, and I mentioned earlier the passing of Mike Schwarzwalder, which I'm still mourning. For me to be, and it's pretty remarkable that I got elected governor. I don't think it would have happened any other time. I also like to think back to the book The Hobbit, where at the very end, Gandalf says to the Hobbit, "You're a fine fellow, but it's a wide, wide world. You don't think these things happen by accident." Joe, I'm privileged to be governor. And what I like, in many ways, best about this job, well, I like creating the jobs, but the humanness sometimes that I see when I travel with children who are in wheelchairs, or spouses that come to see me because they lost somebody in the war. Just yesterday we signed a bill. It had a mom and dad and a little brother and a sister there who lost a sister. Those things, I think, in some ways mean more to me than anything else. So I just want to do my job as governor, and I still have a large amount of wanderlust. And I don't think about other things or other hills to climb. This is a big enough one for me. I mean, it's really pretty amazing. John Kasich, governor of Ohio. It still sometimes is hard to believe. But you know what? We've seized the moment here. The people that are in this room, they're incredible. I mean, just indulge me a few more minutes. I mean, you have Dick Ross that could be retired up in Michigan in his Michigan cabin that he loves on the lake up there, and he took this job on. Knew he was going to get whacked at some point because he had a DWI. Said, I'll take the heat. You know, Joe Testa, who retired from the government, came back in. Wayne Struble moved here from Virginia, my great partner. Wayne and his wife now both live here. John Miner moved here from Virginia and New York. Beth Hansen, you know, Jay Shabria, who've been working forever. Jerry Ray, who first met with me 5 years ago before, Tim Keene. I mean, it's Mary Taylor, who gave up a nice, solid position to do this. The cabinet. I mean, it's pretty amazing. What do I worry about? I worry about losing some of these really good people. I do. I worry about losing some of them because we can't win without their filling the positions they fill. And the most important thing for us is not the politics, but let's see how we can thread the needle and do good. And we have the perfect opportunity for me to say that Jim Lynch better not be going back to Ohio State. So Joe, I'm not, I don't think about that. And should I read that article carefully on Politico? I probably wouldn't like it. Joe, should I read it? Okay, I'll take a look. Other questions?